All right, folks, we are just a few days away from the All Elite Wrestling roster invading Wembley Stadium, getting ready to entertain, enthrall, and possibly enrage 80,000 plus fans. They're going to descend and get ready to create one hell of a goddamn atmosphere, one of the best wrestling atmospheres in modern wrestling history. I mean, it is going to be fucking incredible. Who knows what's going to goddamn happen? Because at 11 matches, I can guarantee a couple things. It's going to be a long goddamn show given some of the talents involved, and this crowd is going to be one for the goddamn ages. So let's talk about what could possibly happen on this landmark event on the near 5-year anniversary of AEW All In 2018. My God, that seems like a lifetime ago. So anyway, I'm John Renton with my AEW All In 2023 predictions. Let me know your predictions in the comments, please, and let me mention one thing. One of the predictions will spoil something that happened on Collision. They taped Collision because they're going to be in the UK. They're already on their way to the UK. I gotta say that I am interested to see how the crowd is going to stay energized, because that's a lot of fans. That is going to be one hell of a goddamn atmosphere. An atmosphere I don't think we've seen as far as this setting since SummerSlam 1992. I really can't wait. I'm not saying I'm looking forward to every single goddamn thing on this particular card that I got on this big old legal pad here. But boy, it is certainly going to be something. I'm locked in. I'm locked in for All Out, but I do want to say in regards to Collision, I may not be reviewing it because I have a bit of a different work schedule this weekend. Instead of opening Saturday, I'm going to be closing, then a quick turnaround, and I will be locked in for AEW All In. So that being said, let's get into it. On the 0 hour, and this is as of now. So if they announce something on Rampage or something on Collision, they announce more matches for the 0 hour. Excuse me for not having the clairvoyance to see ahead. So the only match on the 0 hour as of now, very early Thursday morning, Aussie Open, Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher against MJF and Adam Cole, baby, for the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships. Now, I think personally the Kingdom... something's going to happen where Aussie Open's going to retain. I'm not saying MJF and Cole winning would be the worst thing. Aussie Open could get themselves disqualified, and then that way we can still build some tension with MJF and Cole. Aussie Open keeps the championships, and MJF and Cole go on and do that. But something's going to happen that's going to lead to one of these two being, pushed down a little bit, not quite at 100%. And that's going to lead to the main event. I have Aussie Open retaining, even if the Kingdom interferes or they get DQ'd. One way or another, they're going to retain. And then we get FTR versus the Bucks for the AEW Tag Team Championships. I have the Bucks winning. I don't want the Bucks to win because I don't think the Bucks are really nearly as good as people say they are. But we all have different opinions. I have praised some of the Bucks matches in the past, but I praise a lot more of what FTR's done because FTR, they're an actual wrestling tag team. I would love for FTR to win. It would be cool if FTR did, because they could do a lot more, being cemented as the greatest tag team of all time. But after having pretty much the best tag team match in modern wrestling history against White Juice, 2 out of 3 falls on Collision, my favorite match of the year, while I think this will be good, I think we're going to get some shenanigans, we're going to get some bullshit, and I think we're going to get FTR losing. The Bucks are going to win. And then we're going to have the Bucks versus the Hardys. And again, because that's just what we need, we're going to get the Bucks doing their stuff because Omega is going to be involved in various singles matches. And the Bucks want to get back into the tag team division. If FTR win, I'll be absolutely thrilled. But I got the Bucks winning. Shida, Storm, Saraya, and Britt 4-way for the AEW Women's Championship. Now, Saraya, defender of Abuserverse, will get a big old pop. And that pop will probably be compounded by the fact that when she stretches her neck... No, I'm kidding. I actually expect her to win. Now, I would love for Shida to retain, beating Toni Storm, perhaps. But, Shida got the championship back. I don't think she's going to hold for long. And I think Saraya is going to get the victory. One way or another, they're going to give her the championship. It's a bad idea because she has meant little to nothing since making her debut. And has proven she can't go in the ring anymore. And they need to do some good stuff with the women's division. Putting the title on Saraya is not a good idea. I have Saraya winning. Hometown reaction, all that. I think they're going to do it. They shouldn't give the title back to Britt. Giving it back to Tony would be way too soon. I'd love for them to keep it on Shida. I just don't think they have a lot of faith in Shida to carry it long. They should, but they won't. So then we get Darby and Sting against Swerve and Christian Cage in a coffin match. Darby and Sting will win, maybe, kinda, I think. I think they can find a way to bury Christian Cage here. Because, I mean, they could do... The thing is Darby and Luchasaurus have a match at All Out. They could do it to Swerve, but do they have to put both of them in the casket? I'm so goddamn confused here. Because if they put Darby and Sting in the casket, then by that virtue, Darby should not be in the match at All Out. I'm very confused by the rules of this. I mean, I guess both of them have to be in that. We're probably going to get Nick Wayne, AR Fox, and various other people involved in this, along with the Embassy. It's probably going to be a big old run-in. It's probably going to make the graveyard match at Great American Bash 2000. Or was it Bash at the Beach 2000? It was one of the two. WCW 2000 is a bit of a mess to me, even though I rewatched it. I think Darby and Sting will win, but the more I'm talking about it, the more I'm talking myself out of it. Unless Sting takes the goddamn fall, I don't like. You could do this with Christian Cage because really at this point, I mean, what else can you do? I mean, maybe take some time off and maybe Adam Copeland comes in because WWE didn't want to make their deal with him. Maybe his contract runs out in September, so actually he won't show up. I'll go with Darby and Sting via shenanigans and silliness. The Golden Elite of, Hangman, Ibushi, and Omega take on White Juice and Takeshita. Hey, Juice Robinson's there, and Juice Robinson's going to take the pin. That's all I got to say. People will be into it. They will be into it. Eddie Kingston, the best friends. Justin Roberts seems to be run out of town on a rail for that. Best friends, a.k.a. Trent, Mr. Crackpot himself, Chuck Taylor, and Orange Cassidy, along with Penta, because Phoenix couldn't go there due to visa issues, are going to take on Moxley, Yuta, Claudio, Santana, and Ortiz. I have the BCC and Santana Ortiz winning. It's Stadium Stampede, which means this match is going to go a good 25 to 30 minutes. And it's going to be ridiculous. Now, none of the Stadium Stampede matches or Anarqueef in the Arena matches have been any good. And I don't expect this one to be much better. But Santana Ortiz just returned. So having them lose their return match would be really, really stupid. So I got them winning. Plus, I think, honestly, it'll probably be Taylor or Trent taking the fall. Why are the best friends still a thing? Genuine question. Ospreay versus Jericho. I have Ospreay winning. I think Ospreay should win. I don't think there's any reason for Jericho to win. Ospreay is the current IWGP UK champion, not US champion. It would be stupid for Jericho to win only because, yes, he would be getting the revenge, but Jericho's a full-fledged face. Does Jericho need to beat Ospreay? Does Ospreay really gain anything from beating Jericho? No, but does anybody really gain anything from facing Jericho at this point? No, not really. I have Ospreay winning. It's going to be shenanigans-filled. Very shenanigans-filled. I expect the JAS actually to join the Don Callis family, except for Sammy. And then they'll render the whole thing pointless. So, House of Black take on Billy Gunn and the Acclaimed. So, House of Black. I have the House of Black winning if Billy turns. But I think they're going to give him one last hurrah. Because the House of Black have held on to those titles for a while. Billy and the Acclaimed winning and holding them for even a month or a couple months, maybe dropping him a Full Gear, and Billy having his retirement would be fine. Would be fine for that. I think that would actually get him to almost 33 years in wrestling. I think. I'm trying to actually remember when I think he debuted in 89. Sometime in 89. It would actually get him close to 34 years. If the House of Black win, it will be because Billy turns. I'll go with the Acclaimed and Billy. Let's just go with that. So then we get Punk versus Joe, real world title match. I have Punk winning. He will win a little more decisively because they're going to build to Punk and MJF. They're going to build to Punk and MJF, which probably kind of screwed up what I was just going to say right there, or, what I was going to say for the main event. But Punk will win, and I think it'll be a hell of a goddamn thing to see these two that wrestled in front of very few people in Ring of Honor on occasion to wrestling in front of 80+ thousand at Wembley. And here's a spoiler for Collision. Jack Perry versus Hook for the FTW Championship. I have Hook winning. Because Jack Perry could win and retire it, but why retire it and why actually start anew? And why do that? Hook wins. I mean, does the title mean anything? No, but Hook would get his revenge. So then we get MJF and Cole, baby, for the AEW World Championship. This is where actually I think my prediction of the Kingdom and Strong interfering will happen. And it'll be like, are they going to help Cole? Are they going to help MJF? What are they going to do? I have MJF retaining. I'm not saying that Cole beating him would be the worst thing in the world, but I think they got somebody else set up. Even though they got Punk and MJF, they could do that at Dynamite Grand Slam. You know who I think is going to take the title off of MJF is going to be Orange Cassidy, and I don't like it. But I have MJF winning. I think the Kingdom and Strong will interfere. It'll just be enough to where Cole will lose. Maybe they'll keep their friendship. Maybe MJF will resort to being the devil. Who knows? But he will retain. And then we'll see what happens at All Out. They are just doing pay-per-views in back-to-back weekends. Bold move. Bold move. Wembley's going to be a hell of a goddamn atmosphere, if nothing else. Let me know your predictions in the comments. Please like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.